All right, y'all. What's poppin'? We back with another episode of the Squid Game. Where are they at now? Podcast edition, where we catching up with the former Squid Game players to see what's poppin' since it's been a year since the show aired. Now, this next guest, y'all might know who this guest is, man. She the most iconic player from the game, man. She turned the game upside down, flipped it on his head, spin it like a break dancer, and made everybody's jaw drop when it's time to pop, lock, and drop. She is the queen of the rock, paper, scissors. She is the fortitude strategist, the conniving, the illustrious, the mysterious, the elusive, and most importantly, the champion of Squid Game. We gonna get right into it, y'all. Miss Molly. What is going on, my? What's poppin'?
Wow, that introduction was way over my head, but I'll take it.
Hey, no, it was right where it needs to be. I left some things out, but I had to, I didn't want to keep you waiting too long. I'll keep
I
you on
love the
time.
conniving part, though.
A little bit, I had to throw a little. She-
It is. No, no, that's great.
but nah, that's that. Yeah, you all the things and above. I mean, there's no title that you don't have, except for loser, of course. And I just gotta acknowledge that and put respect, the high utmost respect, on your name, of
Oh,
course.
thanks, Andre.
So, first is like I know we spoke a little bit before. Can you tell me? It's been a year. Can't believe it. It's been a year since the
I
show.
know. I
It's it's,
know.
it's kind of insane. It feels like kind of it was yesterday, but it also feels like a long time ago. How are you feeling that knowing that it's been a year?
Well, having doing some get together with the squids throughout the year, it kind of keep me, it remind me that I don't forget my friends who they are and make sure that we still stay in contact. And every time we have a reunion, just like last few weeks, I went to Atlanta, Fort Lauderdale, New York, and just to meet up with the Squids, and it's just bring a lot of memories. And every time I have a reunion like that, it just like it's a breath of fresh air because we always have a commonality, but also we always like to tell stories because those stories are never going to get boring. So I love it.
Yeah, and every time you find like something new that you didn't know before, which is always the
Yep.
hilarious part.
Yep.
Yeah, I think last time I saw you, I think was in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Was it
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia or Chad's
Oh,
birthday?
Chad's birthday. No, Chad's birthday.
I think that was after. Yeah, so it was
Yeah,
long.
February. Yep,
Yeah.
so long
So,
ago.
yeah. So with with it being a year and whatnot, and all the dust is settled, everything's out and about. Can you tell me kind of what the main thing, like what? Tell me about your year. I mean, I know I've been following you, so I already kind of know what you've been up to. But for the people who don't know, what have you kind of been up to since the show has finished airing?
So, in the summer, I went on a 5 week trip to discover hidden gems, the nonprofits, and I have 22 nonprofits that we filmed. And I have to say that I'm so proud of my project because it's to give back to the community and to highlight the nonprofits that are the true passion of their work. And so I'm really happy that we are showcasing one episode every Thursday to show that nonprofits that we filmed during our 5 weeks road trip. And please see, look for Mother Mai on YouTube, and that's where it's at. And also, my memoir is coming out next year, and I cannot wait. It's an amazing book, not just because of my story, but it's a good story that you should read.
When can we anticipate this book releasing? Like what month?
Uh, so the teaser, they're gonna do a press release on December 26th, same day as the Squid Game, the show comes out, and so make sure you look out for that. And it's you're not gonna waste your money or time reading that my memoir.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait because this episode will be coming out the 25th. So right before, I guess this won't be coming on a Christmas, yeah, because this is
Yeah,
anticipation to Squid Game the season two and whatnot. But
right.
that's pretty cool. Is it gonna be like in Barnes and Noble online? Like where can you find it?
I don't know yet. My agent hasn't really given me the idea, but it's gonna drop the teaser on December 26th.
Are you gonna be? Are you? I'm assuming they're gonna have you in like a certain bookstore to do like signings and whatnot at a certain point. I'm assuming.
Yes, mm-hmm. But I haven't got that. I don't know what's going on. This is so new to me.
Okay, well, if you do, because I go to a few book signings and whatnot. There's a Barnes and Noble in New York. If you tell your agent, there's a Barnes and Noble in New York on 14th Street, 14th, 15th Street or 16th Street by Union Square. That's a really, really popular one. It's like a 3 or 4 story Barnes and Noble. They always do book signings there. That's
Okay.
the hot spot essentially. If you need more information, I can tell you later, of course.
Yes,
But
thank you.
I mean, I went to Jimmy Fallon had a book signing there. I went to Christina Aguilera had a book signing. I went
Oh
to
wow.
so it's pretty popping spot.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty dope. Can you tell me? I know you've been traveling a lot. Can you name me the countries that you've traveled to this year?
Oh gosh. So I just got back from the European tour because for one, my husband travels for a living, and so I just tag along. So we stopped at Copenhagen, and then we went to Sweden, and then went to the Swiss Alps, Switzerland, and then we went to Venice, Lake Como. Since my husband never been to Italy before, so we just do a quick, stop, 1 day here, 2 day there, and then it's a quick tour of Italy.
Okay, okay, I like it. I love Italy. It's one of my favorite places.
I know, me too.
What's one place that you haven't been that you're looking forward to going to?
I would love to go to spend more time in the Scandinavian countries. I have a little, on the south side of Copenhagen and Sweden, but I would like to explore more like Oslo and in Finland and stuff like that.
Okay, she's trying to get her Dora the Explorer on. I love it. I love it. I like the travel. I love that. If y'all don't follow my, you need to follow her on Instagram, because her trips are like, I just be scrolling, just be watching at night before I'm about to go to bed. I just be watching like, okay, I got some new plans because I'm probably going to Europe sometime in May, I think, for myself. So
Oh,
it's
nice.
giving me some new ideas, some new places to go. So I
Yeah.
definitely, you keeping me entertained. Um, so, looking back at the show and whatnot, we watched it, we've seen it, we know what happens. But is there anything that kind of surprised you after everything that was aired, like that either didn't make it on the show or something that you didn't even realize what was going on the show, or anything about the show that just kind of surprised you after watching it, actually?
I was hoping, the marble game, it was a quick episode, or it's a quick moment where I thought they're going to be filming or showing a lot of people playing the marble game, because that's a very heart wrenching for everybody playing the marble games, and it wasn't showcased a lot. Uh, and and the cookie was too much, because of all the saliva, salivating and spitting. And I think that scene was really grotesque. I don't know, it's required, but still, it's like people just it was just disgusting for me to watch.
Yeah, I wanted to see all the marble games, like I really thought, they had time for it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I could have done with less of the spitting and whatnot. I could have been copped out. Um, is there so with Squid Game season two approaching the premiere, like you said earlier, is December 26th. I'm assuming you do plan on watching that show. What's kind
Oh
of
my!
like what are you looking forward to seeing from that show?
I'm looking forward to like how player 456 gonna come back and seek revenge on the old what's it called, senior, I guess, veterans of what Squid Game, the game happened. The people in the mask, and how he's going to carry that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely curious. I think he might go undercover as a guard and whatnot. We'll see. I mean, I've seen a lot of different things. I think they're playing red light, green light again too. I think from the
Well,
previews.
just from the teaser. So
So that'll be interesting. And then the new games, of course.
mm,
And then how like my biggest thing, I guess, is why go back? Since he did win. That's
right.
kind of like if he's trying to save everybody else, or is he trying to like get back at the system? Like the motive is kind of what's intriguing me because after seeing season one, I'm like, okay, I'm assuming that we're gonna make a season two, but it's just curious on how they're gonna actually make that happen.
So
So
I guess based on a very popular season one, I don't know if season two, because they have to make up a story to go back. It's like a sequel, right? But it's just they name it
mhm.
season two. But I'm very interested to how they're going to get more viewers to get more engaged after such a phenomenal season one. So it's kind of hard to measure up to. But I'm also curious if they're going to have the the same prizes as season one. So I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's the same prize amount, or is
Yeah.
it? Yeah, it's a lot of questions, and I kind of wish that I heard it's like 7 or 8 episodes, and I'm wishing it was like 12 or even 14.
Uh,
So it's gonna be jam packed, and I'm definitely ready for it. I'm counting down the days. It's less than a month now too, which is kind of crazy. I feel
I
it's been
know.
3 years, 4 years since the
Yeah.
initial
Yeah.
episode aired. So
Yeah.
I don't know how many seasons they're gonna do. I don't know how many you can do, but if I had to guess, it would be I'd say you can't do more than like 4 seasons. I think
Well,
four is like
the creator already said they're gonna stop at season three.
oh they are oh
Yeah.
okay
Yeah.
okay. Mm,
Yeah.
didn't know that she dropping
I
the
know.
gems. I didn't know. So can you also tell me who are the I know you said you've seen a lot of Squid Game players throughout this year and whatnot. Who are the ones that you kind of like have like talk to on the most day-to-day basis or weekly or bi-weekly that you're really kind of in tune with what's going on with them?
Not so much weekly, but once in a while, like I have to do the video teasers, and they collaborated with me the giveaways, which I'm so proud of my giveaway. Please, please, please play the game. It's fun. I just want to keep it that way, and it's easy. Even though it's it's just I just want people to have fun, but not since the collaborating of the giveaway games. I really haven't really touched out a lot of people, but I know that our friendship is always there. It's not about reaching out, but it's about supporting, and I think that means a lot to me. Just like us, we can not see each other in months, but then we can pick up, in the next month or so, and then never miss a beat. And that's what I love about our Squid Game friends, is because we never skip a beat, other than sharing our commonality and our stories that just make us laugh and cry.
Oh yes, that's so true. That's so true. I mean, you took the words out of my mouth. So what has been kind of there's been a lot of great things going on and whatnot. Of course, you won, but what's been the hardest thing to deal with since the show has aired? Like, has there been any difficulties or anything like that?
um, so since I'm the new kid on the block in entertainment industry, and especially in the reality of winning the first game, the first season, the first winner to win this much prize money. So a lot of people say, "Oh, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that," but I don't take it. I only take it with a grain of salt, because I know it's only people hearsay. Um, but I guess my disappointment at the time, when after I win, um, I thought I would get more breaks, and I didn't. So it's kind of hit home. It's like, okay, I'm just another player that wins all this money, or either because I'm under the contracts, or there's a lot of self revelation and self assessment on my winning the game. And I thought I'd get some more endorsements, more something, but I didn't get anything. But then that's when I I reassessed my life and I said, you know what, that's not important. Important thing is I want to be a philanthropist. I want to give back to the community. I want to, work on my passion, which is I love helping out people. Just like, today, a friend of mine said there's a homeless woman who has a dog, and they have, after a holiday, it's kind of heart wrenching to see a person who doesn't have a home, and where everybody gathered to have dinner with families and friends. She was by herself and it's cold and she slept in the car. I tried to call all the homeless shelter, they're all full. And a lot of people like turning, it's like, no, I don't have any. It's like, it's very harsh, it's very harsh reality out there. And they are the one who, deal with homeless shelter. And for the answer, it was pretty cold. So I'm kind of shocked of what I heard. So I put her up in a hotel for now until I can get the shelter to help her out and get her a room. So those kind of stuff I love doing. And whether I'm not being popular on TV, I'm popular in my heart to, give back to the community.
That's so heartfelt. That's so warm in the Thanksgiving spirit, man. You so generous and whatnot. See, I mean, that's what's really truly important is to help the people. There's like, looking outside in, a lot of people would assume like, oh, she's this person's contact her and this person's contact her and this company, when everything is way different than what it seems,
Yeah,
and perception is not always reality. But
right.
in some eyes, it can be. I'd say, you know, my friend was the bachelor a couple years ago, and he kind of said a similar thing. Like, he was the guy in charge. Like, he was the one giving out the roses. And he said after the show, like, he did his ABC stuff and obligations, but then it was kind of nothing else. And so what he did was he started kind of reaching out to people on his own. He kind of started posting brands that he wanted to work with. Like if he was wearing a shirt with something, he would post it, and then they would get back to him because they see like, oh, like you're you were the bachelor and whatnot. So I think if you're somebody that you want to work with, like a philanthropist company, or a charity or anything, I think if you just tag them in something, then I think they would notice. Because I've even had recently, The Rock came out with this shampoo dermatologist care line, and they sent me a package and hand wrote the note and
Oh,
everything. And
nice.
all it is because I just go to like this. It's because I post the sports content and whatnot, and they like the stuff. And I just, they emailed me, and I was like, I said sure, and then they did that, and then I did a collab with them. So it's kind of just, you're doing the stuff. Like I see your stuff all the time, and it's great, and people will reach out. I just think that stuff is more like on us, I guess you could say, rather than if we had like even people with big agencies, they don't even get them hooked up with that because they DM the person themselves for the most part, unless
Yeah,
you're like Denzel Washington or something like that.
yeah.
So
But I just realized that I can, I don't rely on people to, like, don't call me, I call you, some that kind of deal. So I just, I haven't given up. I just need to reassess and find what is my work is gonna be. I'm not gonna please anybody just to, just to get my foot in the door. That's not what I want. I want to get my foot in the door to recognize the the work that other people do, to help people out.
that's excellent. Well, I'm 100% sure you're gonna get there, and if you ever need any assistance, or anything, you always know how I got you. Whatever it is, I pop
Yes.
lock and drop it, and I'm gonna come through. So, yeah, I mean, it's always, asking people is the best way I think of going. But I know you'll 100% figure it out because you mine. You gonna figure it out. That's the best way I can put it. But yeah, utmost faith in that. Also, a lot of people, they're you kind of answered the question already. Their perception of like after winning is different, than what everybody sees. What's been kind of the biggest change since before you went on the show and after the show has aired? So way back before we even went on.
Yeah. So even before I won, I mean, I would do the 9 to 5 job behind the desk, which I hated it. I always, I always, pray for a platform so I can do my philanthropy work, which is require a little time and money. So when I won, I was elated also because I was able to carry it through. And so I think my winning was a lot of praying, and, you know, God answered my call to let me win, to have this platform, to be able to carry his mission of love and mercy. And that I truly believe in all of that. I couldn't have done without uh, his grace helping me mentally to carry it through the game.
Amen. Amen. Now, come on now. Maybe it ain't even Sunday yet. All right. Um, well, cool. Yeah, that's beautiful to hear. Well, I'm gonna pivot. What I do is we're gonna play a quick little game real quick.
I love games.
Well, you gonna like this one, or you gonna hate this one. So basically, I'm going to give you a few players' names from the show, and you have to tell me what comes to mind when you think of these players.
Okay.
All right, first player is Mr. 432 Brighton.
Brighton. Brighton, he is a handful. I know he has a big ego, but uh, I know deep down is all a facade. I know everybody has the good in them, but I think on the show is a facade.
What about our player 301 uh what
Trey.
Trey?
Trey, I cannot tell you enough that you are such a hard headed to take three jump. You shouldn't stop.
Mm. Hey Trey, you better listen now. I'm
You
listening
lost it, man. You lost it.
to you. Okay, what about our friend Mr. 286?
Chad. He has too big of a heart. He should never self-nominated in the dice game. He should have been, have his own mind and go with it instead of go along with the group of people.
What about our friend Miss 278, Ashley?
Miss Ash, it's so funny that her number is 278. I'm 287, and we're two nemesis on the show. And Ashley, she is an amazing person, but I still gonna call her out on the bridge.
I'm crying. Oh, I'm
Uh,
crying. I love it
I
though. I
love
love
you,
it.
Ashley, but and I know.
Okay, okay. You heard it. What about our friend Mr. 16, Sam?
Sam, he was a tall guy. He always liked to bend every time we hug. So he has a big heart. Um, but I don't get to know him on the show other than he's tall, and he was my final three in the at the dinner.
Yep, that's facts, facts, facts. And what about our friend Mr. 451 Phil?
Oh gosh, I didn't know him until the final three. I mean, actually, I didn't know Phil until during the Circle of Trust, and then the final three and all that. He is such a darling, a sweetheart, and I didn't get to know him on the show until the Circle of Trust. But um, he is wonderful, and he and I wrote song together.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Now
Yeah, no Phil, no Phil. Shout out to 6 Ways of Saturday. It's been
that's right. Follow him. He
man.
needs your support.
He does. He needs that support, man. He got concerts all around the
Yeah,
northeast area, so y'all make sure to check him
exactly.
out. And I think lastly, I will say our friend 299 Spencer.
Spencer. I don't know about him other than watching on that big television that he got duped for being such a what's it called? A weakling to believe Brighton that he will help him in the cookie game. It's like, oh,
Oh my gosh, your answers are the best of
like
anybody.
Spencer, why'd you do that? Trust no
Oh,
one.
oh gosh, yes, he needs some sense knocked into
But then
him
again,
sometimes.
if I were him, I would probably go to the umbrella if that was my last chance and last choice because I'd rather at least have a crack at the cookie, DeAndre, than
You
than
right.
get eliminated. At least you got a chance.
You right. You right.
DeAndre, you're such a hard headed. When I saw you and you got eliminated, I said, why?
Look, I have learned that's been the biggest learning lesson of the year is from now on, if I ever have a decision to make, which it ain't really like to that specific situation, but if there's ever something going on, debate between me, two other people, three other people, one other person, I'm gonna make sure we come to a conclusion, or make sure we come to a conclusion, period, by just elating someone the leader, by just giving someone the responsibility of pointing the job, whether that be my responsibility or someone else's responsibility. As long as we get there, we're good. That's been the biggest lesson learned, the $1 million lesson. And I have applied that, and it has helped a lot, actually. So,
So okay. So let's say you trying to do the best for your team, but in the long run, it's an individual game. Just like when I go against a group of players in the dice game and nominate Ashley, so I was ostracized. And I was a backstabber. I was no good. So yeah, I cried and punched Chad in the chest, saying, "Why did you leave me?" It's because at that moment I felt so alone because I knew that everybody was after me. But
yeah.
perseverance.
No facts, 100%. You got to go against the grain, and you did that. And that, honestly, that's the lesson of the year from me is to go against the grain and not succumb. It's okay to go
Years.
against the grain, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's not succumb to your peers, but also make a decision, make your decision, and
and stick
even if
with
it's a
it.
hard one,
Yeah,
stand by it and stick with it. That's
yeah,
the biggest thing. Not kind of be like, oh well, on the fence, this, that, and the third, because that's not really going to get you where you want to go.
right.
So I've definitely put my foot down a lot this year, and it's gonna be even more next year. I just
Yes.
have a quote in 2025. I have new quotes every year. In 2025 is gonna be I'm saying peace to keeping the peace, and basically it means I'm gonna maybe cause a little chaos by doing my thing instead of the thing that people want me to go along with. So that's gonna be an Instagram quote in my New Year's post when we get there.
Good quote. Good quote.
Exactly. So it's from a Monica, if you know Monica song. So it's called Raw, but I stole it from that. Well, cool. Well, it's always a pleasure. We text often, so I get to hear from you, which is amazing. Is there any last before we get out of here? Is there any last things you want to tell to the people before we get out of here? This is probably the last episode before season 2 of the real Squid Game show airs. So is any words? Any words?
Yes. So three things: play the giveaways because it's fun. It's not about cutthroat or anything. It's get involvement with the squids, and the party for the squids and the final winner would be amazing. I have everything planned out. It's going to be so much fun. You could believe me. You're gonna have so much fun, and also follow Mother Mai on YouTube, and don't forget my book is coming out next year. So all of that.
Follow Mother Mai on YouTube. I'm gonna make sure I'm doing that right now on my phone, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. All y'all gotta do is type in Mother Mai, MAI, and we got her right here. We gotta get her up, man. That's
That's
it.
right.
Follow the page, man. All you gotta do is press that button. That's all you gotta do. It's that simple,
That's
y'all.
it.
It's that simple, man. We gonna get my we gonna get you to 1,000 subscribers in no time, man. I'm gonna shout out the YouTube channel and whatnot on this and today probably too to get you up because it's time. It's time.
It's not about supporting me, but it's supporting a cause to help highlight the hidden gems, I call it, the nonprofits, who are the amazing people who dedicate their passion to their work.
Man, I love that. We always got to get remember the people's and most important, not about the objects or the items or the money. It's about helping your fellow neighbor out.
Yeah,
Help that neighbor, and that's the
exactly.
most important thing. So thank you, Maya. I really appreciate you coming on and speaking your wisdom and catching the people up of what you've been up to. This has been a great time. Can't wait till next time, which will be soon. Yeah.
If you want to finish and then off the camera, I want to tell you something.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, we gonna finish off camera. We can't do it for y'all. Y'all gonna have to like donate or something to get this.
Subscribe.
Exactly. Y'all gonna have to be a member to the page. But thank you once again. And to everybody else, peace, blessings, deuces, and as always, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone.